Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Coach Mike Sanford. Coach, extra special treat. We got you double. We don't have a blitz this week, so we had to get you on Monday Live.
This was really, I was going to have withdrawals, and I'm in a good vibe with all the wins that the Broncos are having, and I'm in my own playoff deal going on, so I had to be around some Romy Bean.
Yeah,
and my people here at CBS.
You're the recipe. You're the recipe for winning. You're winning at the high school. All right. Let's talk you before we get into the Broncos. What has been the most challenging part of high school ball for you?
Definitely the relationships with parents.
Yeah.
You know, so just to be really candid. But it's been a very big positive. I want players that I coach to be able to self-advocate, because if they go on to play in college football, mom and dad aren't going to have an open door policy with the head football coach. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think Coach Prime's talking to his backup left guard and his parents. I don't think, you know, so you have to be able to learn how to advocate for yourself and say why you believe you should be playing. So we laid down a few boundaries, and for the most part, it's been pretty positive.
I absolutely love that. You got a big matchup coming up this weekend. What are you looking forward to in it?
Well, I'm looking forward to facing one of the most talented players, not just in the state, but I'm saying the country. DJ Bordeaux, the quarterback for Legend, is just decommitted today from Boston College. I think he wants to go even bigger than the ACC. So DJ Bordeaux is a great athlete. I was watching him in warm-ups when we scrimmaged him. He threw a pass and then just flat-footed backflip. Got another pass, and I'm like, he's a pretty good athlete. I like that guy.
That's not bad. You got a pretty good quarterback, too. Tell us about your sophomore.
Yeah, so Titus Heward, 6'5½", 205, 210 pounds. Since he's taken over as a starting quarterback, he's been awesome.
Yeah.
He just sees the field incredibly well. I think he throws it as well as anybody I've really been around at the college level. He's an 80% completion guy, and just continues to grow and get better. And the cool thing about it is you got 2 more years after this year with him as well.
That kind of continuity is rare. Good luck this weekend. From one quarterback to another, let's go to Bo Nix.
Yeah.
9-2 Bo Nix. What are you liking most about Bo Nix? And two-parter, what do you want to see him kind of grow down the stretch?
I like the fact that Bo Nix has just proven that he's a winner, that he is the perfect complementary piece to a franchise that has built this thing around a dominant defensive front. And a couple of the subpar performances where the feet seem overly active. After watching how he played yesterday against Kansas City, it's so fun to watch his growth week to week. And even sometimes if you have a slight bit of regression like he did against the Texans and Raiders, that he can hit the reset button and respond. That response mechanism has been on display throughout the year. Bo's gonna have some really good games on the stretch.
So much of this league is peaking at the right time. I think not necessarily for defense. This defense feels sustainable all year.
Does.
Do you feel like the offense is perhaps moving in that direction where they could be peaking January, February at the right time?
I do, and there's a player that you and I both love, his personality, his intellect. Watching Marvin Mims Jr. come back in the special teams role that he's in, 3 returns, over 100 yards in the punt return game. I'm looking forward to seeing his involvement increase again in the pass game.
Absolutely.
Because he is a dynamic playmaker. He's a guy that has great ball skills down the field. I want to see more and more Marvin Mims Jr.
Yeah.
I think that could help get this offense to become the explosive nature that I know it could come. Because Troy Franklin, he's an experience. He really is. I mean, he had 8 targets. 4 of them, you know, as a Broncos fan, you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then the other 4 are dynamic, massive plays that end up changing the outcome of the game. I'd love to see a Marvin Mims Jr. in addition to Cortland Sutton and maybe an improved Evan Ingram, which we start to see. So, yeah, there's some signs that seem positive. Just want to see about the J.K. Dobbins news.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I hate to, you know, a guy's been gone for a week and people always already kind of seem to move on. Run game was okay.
Just okay.
Without him, how do you think they fare? He could come back if they go to the Super Bowl, but that's it. Is
that the word on the street?
That is the latest word on the street.
Okay. I don't love that.
Yeah.
You felt the absence of J.K. Dobbins. So just like Dre Greenlaw, a defensive player that when a running back hits him, that running back doesn't push the pile. I think J.K. Dobbins is the running back that does the opposite of Dre Greenlaw, which is he gets that movement at the point of contact. I loved what I saw from Jaleel. Jaleel McLaughlin looked bigger. And the word on the street from Jaleel is just that dude just trains.
Yeah.
And he's got a massive chip on his shoulder. He's going to have a little bit more of, I think, of an imprint on this run game going forward than people would imagine right now.
I certainly hope so. Really pulling for him. He's first guy in. Gets there at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Did he look bigger to you than last year? He looked thicker. Like he looked like he he knows that he's not built like J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
He's not as big, obviously, as even R.J. Harvey, but it looks like he's putting on some good weight.
Well, I certainly hope so. We're wishing for him for success.
Same.
He certainly deserves it. You look at the Broncos' rest of the schedule, and they're likely to be favored probably every game down the stretch. Are there any games that you think they could possibly trip up on? So you've got Washington, you've got Vegas, you got Green Bay, you got Jacksonville, you got KC, you got the Chargers.
It's the National Football League, so you can trip up any week. You've seen it. Broncos seemed like they were going to trip up against the Jets, seemed like they were going to trip up against the Giants, the Raiders. You just kind of name some of these teams that are sub 500, some close ball games. But the game to me that I wouldn't say I'm worried about tripping up on, but I think it's going to be a statement game, and frankly, I think it's going to be game, set, match if you win it in the AFC West. That's beating the Chargers. It's the one thing that Sean Payton has yet to do as a Broncos head coach, is beat Jim Harbaugh since he's been as the head coach of the Chargers. Chargers seem like they might be going in the wrong direction. Lost yesterday 35-7 against the Jaguars. Jaguars may be an interesting matchup as well, but you got to beat the Chargers. You can't get swept by the Chargers and say, yeah, we're AFC West champs. That to me is going to be a critical game.
I want to take a left turn, actually. Shadur Sanders expected to actually get his first career start. You know, Shadur's like set the world on fire. People are here on him. How do you think he fares in his first game?
Like, I love Shadur as a player. I think Shadur had so much, if not maybe the most, to do with the success, overnight success of the CU football program. It's a nice thing as a head coach when you can bring your own son and come in and just completely transform the offense by way of playmaking, vision down the field. Shadur had a rough debut. He did. It wasn't good. I think he responds. I think he gets an opportunity to show. He's got to get the sack numbers down, and he's just got to be the dog that we all know that he is and can be. But he's got to show it, and it'll be great for him to get a week of practice. Hadn't got a lot of practice reps there in Cleveland, apparently.
I know, right? With some first-team reps.
Yeah, it's like first time he's practiced.
Nice. All right, I kept you way more than a few extra minutes, so we appreciate it, Coach, so much. Again, good luck this weekend. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Romy.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time.